Hi all, welcome back to part 3 of Gnoll Artifact Crawl. I'm Ultraviolent 4. The sound which you can perhaps hear in the background is a storm that is currently raging. It's not the calm before the storm anymore, it's just actually the storm. Alright, so we're about to head into lair. We're still only at one artifact robe. No other artifacts yet. I don't think so anyway. No, just an artifact book. Interesting. That's the one we started off with our Wanderer start. Alright, so we're going into lair. Oh, there's a Hydra. Okay. We don't have any poison that we know of. It might be one of these rings, but we don't have any remove curse. We've been carrying all these rings around since, I think, some of them were on D1. But anyway, we've had one single remove curse scroll, which was on D4, and we haven't seen another one since. And this is why you don't try stuff on without those, because say we had put on a cursed ring of teleportation or -6 protection or something like that, and we're just thinking, oh, you find remove curse scrolls all the time, we'll find one soon. It's not that uncommon that you never find them, or at least they can sometimes be really rare. I've had a game where my first remove curse scroll was on layer 2 or 3, so yeah, it's dangerous. Alright, so we're met with a 6-headed Hydra. What have we got for this? A 1 of digging, that doesn't help. Some random spells that don't really help. And stone arrow, some other stuff. I think what we do is we heroism. Okay, and we switch to the falchion of flaming. With heroism, we can kind of use this sword kind of well. Only having 11 AC against a 6-headed Hydra is terrifying. But we've got 22 evasion and 16 shield, so that might get us there. We also, if this goes horribly wrong, we've got a scroll of fear and a scroll of blinking. Alright, let's go. Take this really slowly, because we could get savaged here. Also, who talks crap about shields? You block the 6-headed Hydra's attack times 4. Shields own. Alright. Nice. So every head you chop off, you reduce its damage output. So that's why you want the flaming. If you don't have the flaming, you actually heal it and increase its damage output. Alright, so we're using RNG to pick our stat level ups. It's been 1 of each so far. The RNG chooses int. Good. You feel clever times 2. Nice. Okay, we've got a hex wand. Alright, here comes our first poison enemy. Let's see. We have 6 curing, so that's alright. Let's use our stone arrow. Nice. Fighting enemies one-on-one like that, like the spiny frog, we're mostly going to be pretty good against. That is some thunder. Because of our shield. Want to use range weapons on the porcupine to not get retaliation damage. Good. Scroll. We don't have any ID, so I'm just going to go for it. You hear a burbling brook. Lovely. You get more rings that you can't use. Lovely. You identify an orange potion. It's brilliant. Lovely. Hey, it's a remove curse. Everybody's favorite scroll. Okay, let's find... Oh. You feel a genetic drift. You feel slightly disorientated. We lost our mapping, which is a bit unfortunate, but that's okay. Can't complain. Hey, we're no longer peak Gnoll. Peak Gnoll was just before when we also had magic mapping. Alright, so with remove curse we get to try all this stuff now. Let's start with our weapons. Short sword of Elec, nice. War axe of flaming. Is that better than a falchion? I don't know, I want to say that it's not, but I don't actually know. Maybe it is. You don't get riposte though. Not sure. Actually, the best way to look is just look at the base damage. War axe is 11 and falchion is 7. Okay, I'm gonna say the war axe is way better as our anti-hydra weapon. Alright, that's all our weapons. Let's drop... Oh, the Flail of Holy Wrath. Alright. Alright, so all our weapons are good, except the plus the random spear. But the short sword of Elec is really good. It's probably the best weapon to use if we're just randomly hitting stuff. What am I going to put that on? I'm not used to having this many weapons. Because I've done all the letters I normally do. So we've done A and B, and then I've done W, and then I've done Q. And at this point, I've never had this many weapons. I've gone with capital W. Alright. Okay, test rings, let's go. Positive energy, nice. Gotta remember, stay positive. Resist corrosion. We got a second one of those, we never need a second one. There's the cursed teleportation, that's why we didn't put these on. Protection from fire, ring of stealth, and we might randomly get teleported, but let's try to make it over to this ring so we can test that before using our remove curse. It's +2 in, okay. Remove curse. Goodbye teleportation. I think we don't need +2 in either. Or uncursed stealth. It's kind of interesting because we have almost 7 skill points worth of stealth. So maybe a ring of stealth would be legit. And of course we have short blades so we can kind of stab too. I don't know, maybe it is legit. Maybe it is legit. I don't know. I didn't even have the stealth on, but we still snuck over there. I want to have protection from fire on. And actually that made me think that maybe we should be trying to stab stuff because, I mean, if we can, then why not? You don't really need to have positive energy or resist corrosion on as you're wandering around. And the +2 int doesn't really do much. It's not really going to help us with metabolic inglatiation. So let's try stabbing. No, did not work. Well, we can be a sick axe user. I just wanted to test it out. Against random yaks one-on-one, it's probably better just to be in a hallway and use the dagger of venom. Or the short sword of Elec, maybe that's better too. I don't know. Ooh. I guess this works. Oh, we didn't get our poison by the way. It's okay, we've got plenty of curing. I guess when they're... when they're fully poisoned we can pull out the Elec short sword. But actually the Elec short sword's just good too. If we're not dying, that is. I think we better kite these guys around a bit. In which case we should use the poison dagger. Also, I realized there that the yak was trying to pincer us in. Who keeps training the yaks? I don't know, it seems like they're getting more tactical. They're working as a team. Is it the council? Is it the Wujian council? They're teaching the yaks how to fight. Oh, yeah, okay. Well, we definitely didn't block that one. oOoO grants you armor. It is a glowing hat. Okay. It's not an artifact, so we can choose to use this +2 hat. Definitely we choose to. It's 2 extra AC. We didn't have a helmet before, correct? Correct. That's Gastronoc. We can kite him from max screen, but we have to be away from him. We're too close there. There is Sonia. She is a perfect... Sorry, she's a perfect target for polymorph ones. You see, she's wielding a short sword of distortion, but when you polymorph her, her resulting enemy probably won't have the short sword of distortion. So let's give that a go. She also has really low MR, so 74% chance to get her. What happened there? We didn't get her. She struggled to resist. Let's go again. Okay, she became Sonia the troll. Much less scary. Although still slightly scary. Maybe we go Elec. She becomes a Koboldian. I guess that makes sense because it'd be pretty insane if you could then get the troll leather armor off the corpse. We should pick up the curare needles. With our blowgun, that's really powerful. Well, the rain stopped. It was a very short and furious storm. Still a bit of thunder going on though. Really like the sound of rain. That was an arbalist. We can't use that with a shield, so it doesn't matter anyway. Plus, the min delay for an arbalist is at 20, and from my understanding of how these Gnolls generally work, I think by the end of the game, your skills will be around 14 or 15. Actually, we get +5 with oOoO, so I guess we could get to 20, but yeah. I want to have the shield. I mean, if that had been an artifact crossbow. It's another plain Vestibulus. Second one. They're normally relatively rare items. Alright. So the best way to do this is probably actually to curare Gastronoc, because that's going to really poison him. And if you're ever going to fight him from range like this, he's really slow. So if you keep him on the edge of line of sight, you can hit him from range. And if he then hits you with his max 50 damage airstrikes, you then just step out of range and he won't catch you due to his speed. Okay, he's as sick as possible. So I guess while he's as sick as possible, we should pull out the Vestibulus. Keep him at max range. Okay, it looks like the curare is worn off. Let's hit him with another one. We may as well get him out of off screen while we switch around with our blowguns. Yeah, okay, good. I'm not even using heroism. When you have ranged abilities like this, it's pretty much just a question of patience. You will get him eventually. Although, yeah, poison really helps, so poison needling him is good. I mean, we have throwing skill, which is what a blowgun uses, so we're better at that than most other random characters would be. Still. That's too much stuff. Okay, I think we want to have a heroism here. And because we've got multiple enemies, let's make use of our War Axe's cleaving. Okay, the other one didn't even see us. Oh right, because we're stealthy. It's really funny. Heroism this time. Nice, we got him. I feel like I'm walking around with an armory of weapons where it's just like you just couldn't make up your mind what you wanted to do. So you just went for everything, which is in fact correct in this case. Although not because we couldn't make up our mind, it's just that Gnolls can literally do everything. Here's a new book, that means a new spell. We can import it. Also, what is this book? Conjurations. Here's a question. We found a new Conjurations book. Do we get to roll a new book out of the Conjurations book? I don't know, let's see what we get out of the Book of Enchantments. So what would be useful here? Probably deflect missiles would be really nice. But we're asking the RNG. We've got 5 spells here. Yep. The RNG chooses 5. That is a level 8 spell, Discord. Okay. I suspect we won't ever be able to use this one, seeing as it's a level 8 Hexus spell. But I don't know. Maybe with a Potion of Brilliance we could. Maybe if we got some artifacts with a whole bunch of plus int on them and Brilliance, we could get it off. And I'm going to say let's not roll another Conjuration spell. Yeah, we don't need it. Harold. He has Firebolts, but we have protection from fire. Okay, that's good. Let's also curare him. Good. Now he's slowed, so we can then just hit him with slings. He's trying to net. I really love reflecting nets back. It's so satisfying. Get wrecked, you idiot. Oh, also, I don't know if you can do this on enemies, but a trick I learnt, if you ever have allies, say you're playing Bio or you're red, if they get netted, you can import the net off them so that they don't destroy it. I'm wondering now, can we import the net off Harold? We can. Oh, we failed it. Alright, let's go again. As much as I'd like him to stay in the net, I'd also just like to have the net because nets are really overpowered. We did. We imported the net off him. That's amazing. I didn't know it worked on enemies. I mean, it was only recently that I learned that you could even do it with allies. That's really... You know what's so insane about that, I just realized, is that you can continually throw and import nets off enemies. So if you only had one net, you could keep netting them with it over and over again. Huh. I'm sure that's balanced. Please, any devs watching this, please let us have some fun. Don't ruin everything good. I'm going to try that next time we have a good net target for science. Because particularly, say we curare something, so now it's ticking out to strong poison. You wouldn't even have to do turns in between attacking. You could just throw the net, import it back to you, pick it up, and then throw it. And then just as you do that, you're going to be netting the enemy down, and it's going to be ticking out to poison. Oh, there's an artifact. Okay, we just got our first artifact weapon. Alright. It's the +8 hunting sling. It gives us our poison, has a minus telly on it. Alright, well, goodbye Vestibulus. Do we get to switch between weapons? That's the question. Or do we just have to use the one artifact weapon we have? Because if we're just using this, we no longer have the ability to teleport until we find a new artifact weapon. Also, this is really, really strong. Sick. The +8 hunting sling just demolishes stuff. So yeah, I don't know. We got Swamp as one of our runes. We haven't seen the other one. No. Well, I'm going to say that if we're switching between weapons, we're certainly not going to use non-artifact ones. I'm going to say that the blowgun is a bit different because it's more of a utility thing, maybe. I don't know. I mean, there aren't really rules here, it's just whatever justifications I want to make up. But let's draw up all the regular ones. So the Dagger of Venom, Holy Wrath, Short Sword, War Axe of Flaming. They were all very nice, but we're now intrigued by this shiny artifact thing that we picked up. I feel like this is something that legit happens all too often, where you see players just using an item because it's an artifact. Because if it's an artifact, it must be good. I'm pretty sure that's the thinking. I think I just kicked a few sling bullets into the deep water there and destroyed them. That's my bad. I think we should pick a new stair. Yeah, I didn't even use heroism on that guy. Also, I don't think we need more polymorph ones. And I just realized why we had a 70% chance before on not Josephine, Sonia. It's because we're training evocations. We've almost got 8 evocation skill. That's never happened before. I don't think I've ever trained 8 evocations. That's a lie, I have, but it's rare. No! You feel a genetic drift, you feel less resistant to hostile enchantments. That's not how that's supposed to work. You're supposed to give me more good mutations. I should have known. It was too good to be true. We just got more arrows. Thank you, oOoO. Actually, I'm going to drop arrows. Not only would we need an artifact bow to use it, I was going to say, but then we can't use a shield. But in saying that, I don't think we get a choice, because if we find an artifact weapon that's two-handed and we don't have an artifact shield, then we're using the artifact weapon. Anyway, let's drop the arrows and the bolts. And the stones, really, because we have... No, I'll keep the stones just in case we run out of sling bullets. And we should be trying this hat. Okay, +0 hat of magic resistance. That's really good. We may as well enchant it while we can. I was going to say that's the sort of item you want to keep all game, but that's really not how this game works. Was there something else I wanted to do? Yes, drop the book. We're done with that. Really wish we got deflector missiles though. Amnesia. Okay. Am I allowed to do this? I feel like I should, because we're gonna start running out of spell slots. Maybe I will drop... I mean, I'm tempted to just forget Discord because I free up 8 spell levels, but I mean, maybe we'll use it. So I should probably free up the most useless one. Maybe I should go in order. So Sandblast was both first and most useless. Let's get rid of that. There we go. We'll free up 1 slot. I still want to waste it. With any additional amnesias, we'll know that we're using it. Vulnerability. Okay. A wand of flame. Actually, what am I doing? I'm forgetting how wands work. I turned off wand of polymorph in auto pickup because we don't need more, but one's stacked now. Wait, where was the other one? Yeah. We just need to step on that and it will combine its charges. I was going to say Josephine has got to be here because multiple race in there, or any race in there. Where are you? She's too clever. She's waiting out her heroism. Okay. She hit us with the ghostly fireball twice there, but it did no damage. I was going to say... Oh, right. No, I know why. Because our sling has 2 points of RN on it. I was going to say, we could put on our ring of positive energy to get a point of RN, but we already had 2. That's OP. Yeah, there you go. So our polymorph adds charges. Using heroism because an 8-headed Hydra is still terrifying. We get granted javelins of penetration. Huh, okay, that's pretty legit. Javelins of penetration are really useful, particularly if you're trying to get a summoner who's sitting behind its summons, like a demonologist or a boggart or something, because they penetrate, so they go through the summons. And we have throwing skill. And I really like this new Gnoll. It's way clownier than the... Oh, there's so many snakes. It's way clownier than the Gnoll version I played before, which I did really enjoy, but this is even crazier. Also, this sling is absurd. Slings are absurd. You should use them more often if you don't. Even without training they can be very nutty. 9 Invo. I don't know that I've ever gone to 9 Invo before on oOoO. Oh hey, we got Finesse, so we're up to 5 points of piety. It means we can now get double speed attacks. The Invo is not entirely wasted because it means that the abilities will last longer when we use them. But mostly on oOoO you just want enough Invo to lower the fail rates to an acceptable amount. Berserk Rage. Okay. That is a Death Yak pack. I really wish we had an artifact dagger with which to stab this guy. I guess we'll take 1 up, and I probably should heroism, and we'll see. Well, we easily can. What do we get? A pitted hand crossbow. Alright, so we just got a new ranged weapon, which is an artifact. So goodbye hunting sling. Hello +5 hand crossbow of GnWn, which is freeze, RC plus, int -4, dex +4. That's our new weapon. Works with a shield, which is nice. How many bolts do we have? At the moment, none. Let's go pick up bolts. We're going to need those. We'll pick a new step so we're not surrounded by death yaks. So we lost our poison. The int -4 makes our spells a bit harder to cast, which is okay because we're nowhere near metabolic ingratiation anyway. And I guess having RC plus is nice. Also, the freezing brand is really useful in lair. It's going to slow a lot of dangerous enemies. I'm going to heroism for the Black Mamba though, because we don't have RC anymore, and those guys do a ton of damage with their poison attacks. Hand crossbows are good too. I think what I'm trying to say to you is that if you don't use ranged weapons, you should. They're really strong. I think it's not uncommon for... It's kind of weird. There are some people in the crawl community who say ranged weapons are super broken and super overpowered and they should be nerfed. And then there are quite a few people who basically say ranged combat sucks, don't ever use it. I kind of... Oh, they're getting smart. Who's teaching the axe? I think it's somewhere in between. I think ranged combat is really strong, but I don't think it's broken strong. But yeah, there's no way that it sucks because it's... Think about how good a Bardiche is, or just how good polearms are in general, because you get the extra tile to hit someone with. Imagine if your polearm reached the whole screen, and then you have a longbow. I don't know if the damage stats line up exactly, but it's something like that. I think we just fought a whole pack of death yaks in a robe. That's pretty sick. Let's get a file of floods. Apparently we could fight death yaks, but not polar bears. Curious. More remove curse, we've got nothing else to try. Just doing a search, yeah, we've got all our artifacts. And hey, we get to teleport again. Sling bullets, nice. The way I'll do this is I guess I'll just pick up the ammo for... Oh, but it's going to be really annoying if we have to switch to a new sling. Ah, it's plenty here. We've left a stash. New robe. A shimmering robe. Our attention is suddenly drawn to the new artifact. This is a +2 robe of least resistance. Strength +7, which is definitely what you want on your robe because of the really high strength requirements that you have. And RC-. This one fortunately goes nicely with the RC+ on the hand crossbow, so we don't have to be walking around vulnerable to cold. Goodbye Zin's castigation. It is now time for least resistance. We could fight the Occult plant. We have our corrosion. We could also just apport all of its things out. Let's put on the arc corrosion. Let's see what's in there. More stuff. A bunch of gold. They haven't even seen us. No, I don't want to mess around with that. We can get this one. This gold here, while only one occult can see us. Good. Alright, and back to our ring of stealth. So that we can sneak up on stuff and then shoot a crossbow at it. It's a hellhound. This looks like it's getting a bit scary. None of this stuff can open doors, fortunately, so we can fight it one at a time here in this little choke point. Really don't want the basilisk to be able to petrify us if all those other monsters are in sight. That's asking to die. Our heroism ran out. Just thinking, we don't really need finesse here. We got given a new weapon. It is a crude great mace. Alright, here we go again. You can't wield that with a shield. Well, as I was saying, we don't have an artifact shield, so I guess the shield's got to go off. You don't get to choose. Okay. It's a +0 great mace of protection in +4, dex +2. And I'm going to make the call here that in the case of having multiple artifact weapons like this, in that we can switch between ranged and melee. Or say, if we need to toggle our resistances around, say there's a Rhyme Drake, we don't want to be vulnerable to cold. Okay, to the Great Mace. The Orb Guardian's Foe. When we hit stuff, this is going to give us +7 AC, up to 20, that's pretty good. Although in saying that, I'd rather have a shield. Oh well. Again, that's how this game's going to go. I'm quite happy with how many artifacts we've come across so far, actually. I was worried that it might be... we should have heroism. We might be having to wait on Oka to be providing all the fun. But it's been good so far. We just one-shot that Komodo dragon. That's crazy. There's our slime entrance. Alright. Orb Guardian's Foe, let's go. Good. We should be picking up these leak potions. It's our only way to get our poison at the moment. Really enjoying this game, actually. It's I mean, Gnoll is really fun. I really like playing hybrids, and I mean, Gnoll is pretty much the... I was going to say antithesis, but that's the opposite I want. It's the pinnacle of hybrid play. And then this whole artifact thing is pretty clowny. New book. What do we got? A Book of Flames. Could we please get Sticky Flame? RNG. There are 6 here. Sticky Flame, let's go. RNG chooses 4. Inner Flame. Okay. The only really non-useful spell in this book. Inner Flame. We did it. Alright, so we now have Inner Flame. I mean, maybe we could use that, put that to good use, I don't know. I mean, there are some situations where you can Inner Flame stuff. Like maybe here, maybe we could Inner Flame this Blink Frog and he might explode and kill the other Blink Frogs. Let's give it a go. He might also just blink on top of us and that would be less fun. Okay, we got him. Now let's blow him up. Look at that. So OP. It works. Let's go Heroism. We've got scary black mambas coming at us. Can we throw a Javelin of Penetration through this Blink Frog into the black mamba? Yes. Okay. Right. Oh yeah, the Freezing Brand slows down Blink Frogs. That's pretty good too. Not so good on polar bears though, seeing as they're resistant to cold. Good. I'm gonna want some Okawaru bolt deliveries soon though. That's another question. What do we do if we run out of bolts? I guess we just have to use our mace. Good. Look at everything go up. Rupert, okay. Let's check him out. 27% chance to paralyze us. That's way too high. We would have been pretty good before when we still had MR plus as a mutation. What can we do? Not a lot. Can we polymorph him? Not really. He has pretty good MR. We could File of Floods him, and then what? I don't know. If there were other things around, we could try to frenzy him. Oh, please don't see us. We're stealthy. I want to heal. Okay, good to heal. Alright. So I think what we do is we curare him. Let's get Heroism and Finesse going. He still hasn't seen us. Okay, he's curared. Do we begin the throwing net spam? You know what? I think maybe we at least... Yeah, I think we can at least throwing net him and try to hit him with some more curares. Never mind, he quaffed haste. Maybe we keep going? I don't know. There's just a chance here that he just paralyzes us, goes totally ham, and just kills us before we can do anything. Let's keep curaring him. Okay. He's as sick as possible. Maybe we pull out the hand crossbow. It's taking this really slow. We're doing no damage. Literally no damage. He keeps struggling against the net though. At this point, I mean, we've got another throwing net. I don't think we want to abort it. I think we want to just If he breaks out, we'll throw a new one at him. Barely doing any damage. What have we got? Not really anything. We could Fire of Floods him, but then our... Actually, that might just be better. Yeah. Oh, yes, because we've got Evocations training, we get 2 of them. Alright, they might just kill him. In addition, they're going to block Rupert from hexing us. So we just stand behind our dudes. Oh yeah, it worked. Great. That is an artifact scale mail. Looks like our robe days are over. We have the +4 scale mail of Amoeba, which is strength +3. Gives us a bunch more AC. Means that our Discord is never happening. Goodbye, robe of least resistance. And on it goes. What is it again? +3 strength. It's kind of just like a +3 scale or +4 scale mail. The +3 strength isn't really that exciting. That's a Catopus and a Hydra. I don't want to fight them both at once. I was going to say we could take the Catopus upstairs, but we really can't if he blocks the stairs like that. No, come on. Okay, good. At least, I was going to say if the Hydra runs through the cloud, it will get petrified, but it was too clever. What can we do here? I don't know. Start running. Dream Sheep, no, let's fear. Getting slept by a Dream Sheep and then hit by a Hydra is one of the best ways to die. As in, a very good way to die. I think we add finesse to our heroism and we see if we can just slow it with the freezing crossbow. We're probably not going to die to it. It has 7 heads and we only have 77 HP, but we also have 23 AC. Alright, it's slowed so we can kite it. Good. Can we cast Inner Flame? 2%, yes we can, okay. I think Inner Flame might be pretty good against the Dream Sheep. Unless they sleep us and then all walk right on top of us, so actually that might be bad, but let's give it a go. Okay, now we shoot that one. Yes, it works. Let's keep going. So we want to Inner Flame one of the ones who's in the middle of the pack. Do we just not get it? Oh, it resisted. It resisted again? Why is my Inner Flame broken? Nice. We'll pull out the mace. This one guy's avoiding the clouds, but in that case you're just going to get shot. Okay, Inner Flame can be legit, I guess. Don't really need the tomahawks. If we're going to throw anything, it will be javelins of penetration or nets. Is it worth enchanting anything? I guess we could just put it on our gloves. I mean, ultimately we're going to be wearing artifact everything, right? So we may as well just make use of it while we can. And goodbye book. Again. Oh. Actually, Catopus is one of the few times where a Scarf of Cloud immunity is actually a very useful item. Too late. That just made me realize. I just thought of a 6 strat, but it's not for this character. Or maybe it could be actually. Anyway. Oh, we're on less 6. Okay, so we got the dog ending. I think that also means you always get the dragon ending. Maybe not. Holy word. Oh, I should be careful. If you do dot after F to shoot, it will stop the projectile at that exact tile, which is what you want to do if you're shooting at something in front of lava or deep water, so that you don't lose your ammunition. I can see sun again. I should just use heroism. If in doubt, use your heroism. It gets underused way more often than it gets overused, if there's really such a thing. But really, in any non-trivial fight, you want to be using heroism. Also, dude. Black Mambas. Why are there so many bears in here? I thought they were usually just dogs. Random dream shit, question mark? Pulling them back to this little choke point so we can fight them one at a time, rather than 3 on 1. This guy's a bit scary because... Oh wait, we have Arlek! I'm not afraid at all! That's right. The mutations on this Gnoll are still crazy, even though we lost 2 of the really good ones. Well, we lost 1 of the good ones. Can I ID this amulet? It's faith. If we have faith on, we'll get more gifts, but we'll have to take it off if we get an artifact amulet, which is pretty likely to happen at some point. So I guess we'll stick with reflection. But in saying that, we're not using a shield either. Alright, whatever. Let's chuck the faith on. Let's ramp this artifact generation up to 11. Faith is a pretty legit... It's not even legit. It's a really strong amulet. It's a really strong amulet on oOoO because you get to spam his abilities more often. And he gives you gifts more often. We just got evolution 2. You feel a genetic drift, your genes go into a fast flux. You rapidly evolve. So we're going to evolve even more often now. I didn't know that the Faith Amulet worked on mutations as well. Apparently the game was listening when I said let's ramp this up. The game agreed. Let's just get silly. If we weren't already. The Raiju would be quite scary if we didn't have Arlek, by the way. But we do. New book? Book of Maledictions. Alright. How many spell levels do we have left? 13. We got plenty. Alright. Let's go. RNG. 2, 3, 4, 5. The RNG chooses Dazzling Spray. Not bad. But this would be better if we had an artifact dagger with which to stab things. But Dazzling Spray lets us blind things. Okay, not bad. I'm gonna put that on Z. And that's how they're done. Okay, so I guess next we'll be heading into the Orcish mines. We didn't see the dragon one. Okay, we just had the dog ending. I thought when you had dogs, you normally, because that's a smaller layer ending, you normally had another small one with it. But apparently I was wrong, unless this was one. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, we're going to do Orc next, so come back next time to see some orking. Bye.